All right. In this video, I just want to share with you kind of conversation I had with my WhatsApp group members. Okay, it's about AI replacing jobs, and I'll give you the specifics so that you know what was the target market that I was speaking to. It was predominantly Indians who are based in the Middle East and India, some who are based in the West. The age group was from their 20s to 40s. Yeah. So that is the age group that I was speaking to. I know it sounds like a lot, but you can be rest assured that these are the people who definitely are very concerned. And the fear is predominantly with the ones who are in their 20s to 30s. I was very surprised because I thought the people who would be afraid would be like 40s and above. Okay. So, what was the discussion? And yeah, please feel free to comment down below if you think I'm wrong, or you have a different point of view, or you agree, or you have questions, because that helps me, speak to people who are involved in this line of work and or who are affected. Now, first things first, AI is here to stay. Okay, AI is only getting better. The latest one that Gemini came out with, the Nano Banana, where it can actually digitally create photographs and videos. It seems to be so advanced that it is right now number one. It is trending. I saw some of the work it was doing. It was pretty scary. Like Will Smith and Emma Stone, or Emma, some actress. You can actually draw with a pencil. For example, you take the photograph of Will Smith, his headshot, and the female, the actress in Harry Potter. What is her name? I can't get her name. So you just draw like a circle, and like with blue, you draw like one person standing like this, the other person doing a karate move, and you press enter. Like you give the prompt that you want them to be shown this way. Just remember, it's just like a child drawing, circle and two hands and two legs, like a baby. And it actually generates a photorealistic image of Will Smith, like a Matrix, and Emma, that female doing a kind of a karate pose. Uh, they also compared it to ChatGPT, which compared it to all other kinds of softwares, but Gemini right now is right at the top. And the subscription base is 40 cents per image, which I think is ridiculously cheap. Okay, ridiculous. Um, there is free images. There is stuff like this, 40 cents. I mean, it really, if you look at it, honestly speaking, it eradicates the need of a graphic designer. Like before, I don't think any one of us would have ever imagined that you could have Will Smith, made real, or his head morphed onto someone else. ChatGPT does not allow fake, fake face IDs and fake videos to be created because of legal issues. I'm pretty sure there'll be a legal law that will come out. Face swapping. Yeah, that was the right word that I was looking for. And yes, if you look at it in that way, uh, people who were specialized in this, creating a face swap, they would be replaced. Or people who had graphic designing years and years of experience. Like, can you imagine when the first movie that was Jurassic Park was actually released, when you saw the dinosaurs for the first time? The technology was not available. Then afterwards, we had Pixar, which came out with the images of animated characters, where you remember that Monsters Inc., where the hair of that big monster, where every hair, just imagine they have a software, every hair, how it moves, was calculated. They had servers. Remember Star Wars, George Lucas. Like they didn't have the technology then of making spaceships move. They had actual puppeteers moving. Like everything was scaled down to 1,000. Like when we see, if you have seen, I don't know under which rock you're living if you didn't see Star Wars 4, 5, 6, which George Lucas directed. They had actual puppets. They had actual puppets of walking, and stop motion. But then it got better when he came back with Star Wars 1, 2, 3. Okay, the technology had improved even better. Today, we are living in a day and age where you can literally have a movie created by not a director, not $1 billion studio, by someone sitting at home. Someone sitting at home, he can make an ad like Gemini, this Nano Banana, whatever. They actually made, like they showed one, like a beverage, like a Pepsi, this thing, and they showed two models, famous people. I couldn't get their names, who they are, and they had the Pepsi like a Pepsi can, okay, and they just give it a prompt. I was watching this when I was doing my exercise, so I didn't pay much attention. And they said, okay, this person has to be in Italy, and the sun has to set. Another one was, okay, they are having this when they are in a discotheque. Then they even gave prompts about, okay, this is my photograph. I don't know skateboarding. I want you to make a video of 30 seconds to 1 minute when I'm skateboarding, and it should look very real with instructions. And I'll tell you, if I didn't know that this was made by I would be like, this must be real. It looked so real. I'll tell you that much. In fact, you remember when Will Smith was a meme that he was eating noodles and his face was completely changing and it looked so embarrassing. And we were laughing about it today. And they showed a new comparison. It looks real. Okay. So for those who are afraid of losing their jobs, it's a reality that there will be many jobs where you will be replaced. Let's say, for example, before, if I wanted to make a thumbnail, now I'm a YouTuber, okay, I make YouTubes as a hobby. I make thumbnails. Today, you can get thumbnails by just a click of a button. There is Canva, there is ChatGPT, you just have to type thumbnail free. If you type thumbnail AI free, oh my goodness, the number of recommendations are there. There are, when you pay money, you get a much better service. And then there are premium services offered. I get literally so many emails every day. Today, I got 5 from people who shared with me their thumbnails work. They do it as an agency, or it's one person who knows the software very well. Amazing thumbnails, seriously amazing. It's like I would rate my thumbnails at literally, if 10 was the best, 1, and they are at 7. And they offered me a very good price. They said, we'll charge you like just maybe half a dollar or $1 per thumbnail. You don't have to worry, we'll give you the best. So while a lot of other skills or jobs are being replaced, new ones are coming. If you get what I'm saying, like thumbnails now, click of a button, you can get a thumbnail. Okay. Even video editing, I saw the software, I saw the video demo when it just came out. I use Final Cut Pro. This guy used a particular AI, I don't know what it was. For example, when I'm speaking, if I say, using an AI, he had I think 3 or 6 hour video clip. Using AI, the whole bloody clip was done in less than, I think, 3 minutes. 3 minutes flat. And it was not like unprofessionally done, like, no, it was done so smoothly, you couldn't even notice. I have purchased 2 softwares out of curiosity because they were going for cheap. But the funny thing, I'm not using it. It can remove all the gaps when I'm speaking. There is another software that can make it faster but natural. There's another one, for example, I have this habit of using one of my crutch words, which is okay. You can check my other videos. I use okay many times. Okay, what do you think? Okay, 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 which is a crutch. The software, there's a particular AI which can eliminate, you just have to type out the word okay. Please remove the word okay. It will remove the word. There's another AI that instead of okay, I can say replace okay with maybe, or give me different varieties instead of okay. Unbelievable. Now it is so advanced. You can talk to the AI through your phone or through your computer. It's like I'm speaking to an actual person who is doing the work. Like my daughter, I told you this, my 6-year-old daughter, I never in my wildest dreams, seriously, I never even thought about the fact that my daughter would use her iPad or a Samsung tablet, talk to it, and find out what was the name of the doll that she saw. You must have seen the video that I purchased some Butter Bear gifts. I've ordered peanuts. That Snoopy character. There is another character with blue, with big ears. I can't get the name. She has given me the name. Now just imagine, I don't know the name. My wife doesn't know the name. This 6-year-old girl, my 7-year-old daughter, she saw the character. She didn't know the name, and she was able to get the name by interacting with her device. And then she showed it to my wife, who then told me about it. Imagine my 7-year-old coming to me and saying, Papa, you have seen my daughter. You have seen those videos. She will just talk something. Papa, the blue, the this, the that. I don't know where to search. I don't know what is she talking about. And it's not like every video it keeps scrolling. Like maybe she'll watch 20 videos and one time it'll come up. Well, and that also sometimes she watches an ad. So she was able to get all this information at 7-year old, and she talks to the bloody smartphone. She talks to the bloody device. Yeah. So it's unbelievable. So yeah, in all those areas, yes, AI has taken leaps and bounds. I know there is this client of mine who's based in the US, Indian origin. He told me of his friends who started up this. This was a couple of months ago, not now. They started this virtual AI, uh, uh, cyber sex kind of a character where men, men and women who are lonely, who want a companion, who they can talk to, interact with, who actually has real human features, not the cartoony, like, this thing, real, like, it will interact with you. I was like, what? And that guy is starting up first round of funding, and he wants to make it real, and he already has backers. And then we saw what Elon Musk is doing, creating that female who looks kinky. And I saw that on Diary of a CEO, where he is actually having two psychologists who he talks to the girl and says, "Here are my two of my friends. Would you like to welcome them? Hi, babes. How are you? Oh, I want to." And then he had to, censor it. So we are living in a day and age where the AI can actually interact with you like a human being, but not actually like a human being. So, in some ways, yes, it is replacing. But what is it replacing? You need to ask yourself. It's replacing repetitive tasks. Let's say, for example, there are people who literally type, which I don't recommend. They type, can you write me a 3,000 worded article on, let's say, the impact of AI for the Indian economy in the year 2030? You type this in OpenAI, any of the softwares that you have, with a click of a finger, not even, not even minutes, it will give you a 3,000 worded article. And if you have the advanced level, which India now, Perplexity or something, is for free for 1 year. Can you believe even my shopping app offers free? If I take a premium service, it gives me paid up chat GPT that I can use on my phone for 3 months. It will give you an article with references, with actual references. And then there are some AIs which research and give you scientific citations. If you have followed my videos and if you're part of my group, I deleted a group which was, you're talking of guys who are not, who know zero about Islam, zero. Okay. They've never been out of their house. They've never visited any other country other than their own. But they can literally tell you all the drawbacks of Islam, Muslims, how many people got killed, who are the terrorist groups, and everything else with such confidence. Why? Because they're using AI. They're not doing any research. They just type in the advanced level or the paid version. And what they're saying is true. But they cherry picked the information that they wanted. You get what I'm saying? So the reason I shut down the group, it didn't become a human being versus human being. It became AI versus AI. So he would give the answers of AI, maybe 2,000, 3,000 worded, all bullet points, okay, with facts, figures, and references. He would give the answer, copy paste it in my WhatsApp group, and then the guy he's debating with would take all this, put it into his AI, and give a counter argument with references and with the areas where wrong. So I was like, man, this is becoming shit. I wanted human beings to talk. And I didn't want the deep rooted bias of being anti-Muslim, anti-Hindu, anti-Christian, anti-human being to fuel the thing. It became too toxic, so I deleted the bloody group. I want human beings to talk. Okay. In fact, I was approached by an agency which was legit. I was kind of curious, where they can take my voice, which you already know. They can take my voice. Okay. I'll have to read out certain words or sentences or paragraph. And then if I want to generate a video, they will use my voice, the tone, the way I say it, and generate a video. You had this faceless videos, which now YouTube has banned. You can't monetize. There's even one where, but for this, it takes a little bit of advance. This thing, you have to go to that company where they put dots on your face, and they have cameras that go all around, and you have to move and all. Like we have seen with the Avengers or the Hulk or all these characters that they make you, like even Lord of the Rings. You remember that Frodo once in, how they made him into that creature. So now it's being available for people at their homes. You get people. I spoke to one photographer. He's saying he's losing all his business to people who can take their iPhone and generate with some new app, and it looks like they are in some other world or some other country or even in space. Okay. So, bottom line is yes, there are a lot of jobs which are being replaced, like taking a voice, digitally creating a clone out of you. Like there is one of the other clients that I had. He even has his own voice. He has even his, like the way he's talking, but it's not up to the mark, where the client can interact with him. And he has even given the instructions. These are the things that are to be said. However, it is not up to the mark. It is reaching there. Okay. It's not perfect. So the the problem was in my group, people are afraid that they're going to lose their jobs. People are afraid that I will not have any job. So this is what I told them. See, listen, um, I give them my example. I'm a YouTuber. Okay, I'm a YouTuber. Can a video be made? Let's say I'm speaking on personal branding. Let's take personal branding because that's my area of specialization. If you had a voiceless video or faceless video AI, can it give personal branding research in seconds much more advanced than me? 100% yes. Can it have proper pronunciation and grammar? 100% yes. Can it write the script? 100% yes. Can it give you facts and figures and predictions with certain models? 100% yes. Okay. And let's say, for example, if you ask any question, okay, what is the scope of personal branding in Uzbekistan? I wouldn't know that. Can you give me the 20 key economic factors that happened in India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, where personal and business branding was being impacted by the government regulations? Example, this is a question. I will be like, what the hell did you just say? AI can do it. Now, having said that, here's my question. Why is it I'm still having a YouTube channel? You'll say, hey, Loy, but you don't have millions. You're right. You're right. I don't have millions. I don't have millions. But then check videos of content creators who have millions. Has Mr. Beast been replaced by AI? Markiplier, PewDiePie. These are personal brands, actual brands. Has Elon Musk been replaced by AI? Has Jeff Bezos been? Yeah, they're using AI and robotics to delivery of boxes and all that. I spoke to one of my um, high net worth contact client of mine in Qatar. He said about AI. He said, Loy, yes, AI can do, streamline everything else. But let's say I want to get goods. I want to get physical goods from China. I want to source it from China, from Taiwan, from Malaysia. Okay. And now I'm changing my suppliers to Indonesia. I'm changing it to, let's say, a new market in France and somewhere in Bhutan. Example, I'm just giving you. So now the sourcing of the new material. Do you think AI can do it? Do you think a robot can do it? Okay. Once the material has been selected, it has to undergo tests and it has to be approved. Can AI do this? Once it is approved, samples have to be given. Who's going to do the testing? A human being. And then he's saying, when they send you boxes, they'll put a QR code, they'll do everything else. He's saying, do you know that there are companies that gave empty boxes? They didn't put the material in it. Some of them, they put the material, but they put like a stone or they put some weight. And the AI couldn't detect whether it was fake material, real material. How do you do that? You have to open the box physically, you have to check, you have to test. He's saying, how do you know if your supplier is playing with you? Because if you just scan the QR code, it shows, yes, delivered. Box was delivered, everything is perfect. He's saying, you need a human element. And if I didn't like the product and I want to source a new material, AI can't do it, robotics can't do it. Okay? And he's saying, well, leadership is based. Let's say there are two people. One is highly productive and one is doesn't have the potential, but he has a good character. AI can't judge that. So I also spoke to a doctor who is in one of the most advanced hospitals. He's my client. I asked him about AI. He said, oh, yes, we definitely are using AI in lots of areas, but the human element has to be there because it has been mandated by our not only hospital policy, by the government. We don't want a robot where all AI, everything is there. Yes, one or two gimmicky videos you'll see. The guy was based in Pakistan and he did the operation in US. There are people who are willing to put their bodies or their family people at fine, you can do it. What if the internet shuts down? What if the electricity goes off? Okay, you have generators, but it is not foolproof. Yes, human beings make mistakes. I was asking, why am I still there? Why? Because the human element that I offer, um, you can't get an AI. Like, I can speak about if I don't like Hindus, I don't like Muslims, I don't like Christians. I I can talk about it. You'll, for example, go to AI. If you go to Chat GPT and ask about Israel and Palestine, see the answers they give you. Go to a Chinese AI, ask the same question, Israel, Palestine. Go to another one from another country. Go to one, maybe the one in North Korea. Ask the same about Israel, Palestine. Ask a Russian AI, Israel, Palestine. Ask a communist, like let's say, for example, China. Ask China about China versus USA. Ask a US based AI about China versus USA. Ask a Russian China. So you understand there is a bias, there are frameworks, there are rules, and they will cherry pick what information is given through that protocol. Now, there is a claim that one day, like the movie Terminator 2, Skynet will get self awareness. But if that happens, then humanity is over. You don't need human beings. It's like that movie Wall-E, where the human being, that fat captain, he is just sitting on this thing. The chair wakes him up, puts it up, and something is brushing his. He doesn't have to do anything. He's just looking with his eyes. Okay, what do you want? You want tea, 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 tea. He's just looking, and that is being selected. Some machine is brushing his teeth. Some machine is wiping him. Some machine gives him his cold drink. Some machine gives him his breakfast, which is a pill. Then he looks this side. AI is taking care of everything. Then he looks this side. The chair is moving, floating. Okay, everything is taken care in the boiler room. Everything is taken care in the electric room. Everything is taken in the supply room. Everything is totally fine. And he is just like a blob. He can't even move because over the years, he didn't have to move a single muscle. AI took care of everything. So we will then become, like the movie Matrix, take your brain out. You don't need the body and just pulses. But if you're going to live in such a utopian reality, okay, if let's say it exists, it's not going to happen now. It's not going to happen for the next, say, 50 years. Okay, it will not happen next 50 years. Now, like my friend, or rather, sorry, my client was saying that he offers virtual sex and virtual partners. It has already always been there. Now it's advanced. But how many of us normal people, you go outside, walk outside your door, meet 200 people and ask, how many of you have a virtual girlfriend who you have sex with or who you marry with, who you talk to? Out of 200 people, just stick within your area, no? So if within your area people are not doing it, it's a one-off thing. See, even YouTubers, I have checked with a few content creators, how many are using thumbnails? How many are using faceless AI? How many are using like a script writer? Are they using? Yes. But is everyone using? Like, for example, me, I'll give you me. Why is it that I'm not using AI to write down my script? Why? Because the day I hand over the skill, I will be dependent on it forever. That's why I write my own scripts. I write my own YouTube descriptions. I use my brain a little bit to think of tags, meta tags. I can do this with just a click of a finger. Within seconds, it'll be ready. But then I will lose this muscle. Like your body, if you don't exercise, your muscle becomes useless. It becomes flab. Your brain also will become like useless and flab. If you can see that episode of a Diary of a CEO where he brings in two psychologists or psychiatrists who study the impact of AI on the brain, he said if you don't use a skill, it will almost literally vanish. You'll not have the neurons or whatever. You'll be obsolete. You're making yourself obsolete. I choose not to be obsolete. That's why my videos will have errors. My videos will have mistakes, pronunciation problems, grammar issues, factual errors. No problem. In fact, I've told you this before. One of the days I tried to make a video. Seriously, 2 days. I tried to make a video. It is going to come out. I'll not tell you the video name. It has taken me 2 days of constantly making a video. It didn't come out perfect. So I had to redo it, retake it, reshoot it. If I'd used AI, maybe it would come out in seconds. Maybe a few minutes, a perfect video. But why am I doing it? Because it helps me perfect that skill. So, in a nutshell, if I were to tell you, I spoke to my friends who are doing engineering I can't say the whole world, in Dubai, in Qatar, and people in India. AI, they're using AI tools, but AI has not replaced them. Civil engineers not replace them. I have doctors, I have CEOs, I have people who run medical companies. They've used AI. It has not replaced anyone. Okay. They are training them to enhance their skill. Just like, remember when the computer came out, just a computer, the big CRT monitor, and they said, okay, now we don't need you. It introduced Excel, all the formulas could be tabulated. And everyone said, oh, gloom and doom, now all the accountants will be replaced. Guess what? There are still accountants who are using Microsoft Excel, who are using AI to calculate all the formulas. Okay, one other AI evangelist who is in my group, he said, Law, before I used to employ lawyers for my businesses, multiple lawyers. Now I just have an AI that I keep putting the questions and it keeps giving me the proper responses. And we even had a news where an AI generated lawyer for the legal case. Yeah, then shouldn't all the lawyers be replaced? Shouldn't all the judges be replaced? I've told you, if all the people get replaced and all of them are without jobs, who will go and buy groceries? Who will go and buy clothes? Who will go and buy expensive stuff if everyone's replaced? Do you seriously see a vision where Facebook only employs AI and not a single human being? Google employs only AI, not a single human being. Microsoft only AI, not a single human being. Or let's say America doesn't employ anybody, only AI. Then 330 million people, what will they do? Or go back to farming? Okay, maybe there is scope there. But then you'll say robotics and AI will do the farming. Then who's going to, can you afford food? What happened to the driverless taxis? Yes, they are working. Totally agree with you. Did the public allow the drivers who lost their jobs? Did they keep quiet? They completely vandalized those taxis because they said, we want jobs. We have to feed our family. You bring these machines, and they will vote for senators and politicians who will support them. So, bottom line, what I want to tell you is AI is going to replace few repetitive, predictable jobs, whether it is research, whether it is corrections of your articles, whether it's writing a summary, it can do all that. Even like, make, faceless videos, fine. It can do that. However, it dominating it completely is not going to happen because human beings, you and I need jobs. And here's the best part. Anyone with self-esteem, little bit of belief, self-worth, I ask them, so AI will replace you, right? AI will replace you and you'll be without a job. 100 out of 100, not 99, 100 out of 100%, he said, no, AI cannot replace me. So I tell him, your ego and your self-belief is so great. AI cannot replace you. You're the ultimate. But AI will replace everyone else? Who are you trying to fool, man? AI is a tool. You'll use a tool. So if AI can't replace you, AI will replace everyone. Yes, there are some dumbasses. There are people with low self-esteem. Oh, AI will replace me. Oh, I told them, you have low self-esteem. You don't believe in yourself, and you don't stand up. If I was given a choice between watching a movie of a real human being, directed by real people, with real stunts, versus watching a movie which is total CGI, like Avatar, with no real actors. Just imagine no real actors, everything digital. Even if it's a great story, I'm telling you about me. I wouldn't be interested in that. Or even if let's say if I had to listen to a techno beat, okay, Doug, 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 Doug. When I'm doing exercise, fine. But I would still prefer a human being singing. That's why we still go to concerts. That's why we still see a real human being. Why don't we have a hologram dancing? And one final thing. My wife is for real. My kid is for real. And I have refused. I have refused for them to be trained or to be addicted to an AI world. I want them to have human interactions. I want them to play outside, have fresh air, interact with animals, interact with human beings. Even in the school, they have AI based education learning. My wife just simply puts it on, lets it play for 1 hour. And then after, because she has to sign in being the parent, yeah, my child heard. She didn't hear anything because she wants my child to learn with a human interaction. And you saw this video, right? Not a single thing was taken from AI. No script, no research, nothing. I went off the cuff and I spoke from my heart. My question is, why didn't you listen to all this watching a completely AI generated video. Got your answer? And let me let me give you the final statement before you go. If anybody tells you, no, AI will replace all this here, just ask them. So you'll be replaced, right? You'll be without a job and you'll be sitting at home with no, because of AI, right? 100 out of 100%, that person will say, no, 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 I will use AI. I will use AI to generate money. I will use AI to have a law firm. I will use AI to get the job done. So everyone thinks they are the ultimate. I had this 2 3 clients who thought they are the ultimate gods. They'll replace the admin, they'll replace the legal team, they'll replace the graphics team, they'll replace everyone, even their drivers, everyone, because they were the gods. But AI couldn't replace them. I said, why doesn't AI replace you and have a robot with your face and your sausage, and your girlfriend or your wife could, replace you? Oh, no, no, AI can't replace me. I'm too smart. That's the bias people have. So believe in yourself, invest in yourself, use this as a tool like a smartphone or an app to help you achieve your goal. I would just like to conclude by saying this statement. In a world where you can create the most sophisticated art, like that people and all this through AI, there will always be a market for someone who wants to buy an original that has been painted by a Michelangelo, by a Picasso, by a real human being, even like a chef, a Gordon Ramsay, rather than a automated robotic chef, someone who can actually do with their hands, let's say a sculptor, rather than going to a machine. And there are people who, even today, even if there is AI generated images, they prefer having a photographer, a videographer, human being, a teacher who's real, a friend who's real. Not everyone is paranoid about AI generated nonsense.